Hello everybody, welcome to the Signal Box today. Glad to have you with me upstairs in the box, and I hope you enjoy this video. So I'll crack on with today's video and I hope that you find it of interest. Big shout out to my regular subscribers and those of you that normally follow the channel, big hello to you as well. Okay, so one of the enjoying things I like about a model railways is not only maintaining and running trains, but also in building and designing little scenes and little additions scenically for my little railway. And I think that's the fun part of it. It's nice to go out and buy something that's really done for you and off the shelf, out of the box, onto your baseboard. But if you can design and build something that's uniquely custom and it has its little charm and its own unique appeal to your railway, then it's job done. That's part of the hobby and the enjoyment in doing that. And there's loads of railway modelers out there within our community on YouTube, I know, and various layouts at exhibitions and whatnot that have done just that. So I sat and looked at a pile of balsa wood this morning and I thought, I know there needs to be something else added to the baseboard, but what can we do? I also remembered a rather nice little structure from Bachmann Scenecraft that I have in my building's spare box that I couldn't fit normally on my railway. And I know it needed a good home. So what did I come up with? I shall reveal to you now. I built this. This is our little coal mining scene. It could be a Welsh coal mine, you never know. But so basically, to start off with, I just cut some balsa wood to size, and the grass and the flowers are courtesy of WW Scenics. And it's basically, you put your basing glue down first, then your 2mm spring grass, 4mm autumn grass, 4mm dead grass, 4mm patchy grass, and then some more 2mm on top. And in between applications you spray it with a layering spray, and the whole thing is applied in stages with their Static Grass Pro applicator system. Again, shout out to WW Scenics. As you can see, a really excellent product when the effect you can get with this. This is all almost dry now, but it's continually drying itself at the moment, so it's not quite dry, but it's almost there. The little tree I got from Amazon in a pack of, I got loads of these from Amazon. I thought, let's put a tree there, that lives there, why not? And the meadow flowers, again, courtesy of WW Scenics. The outbuilding there originally came from the Metcalf kit that I had pre-made for me by a chap online, and that came part of the brewery kit that I've got, some Metcalf kit. So this is the little outbuilding that goes with the boiler house, which I had no use for. So I always thought this could be some sort of outhouse for some sort of mechanical purpose. So I used it as the winding house for the coaling stage and the winding gear pit head and lift shaft, which is this. I'll just bring it over, it's easier to bring it that way. There we go. So we can, well, maybe not. I'll turn it around this way. There we go, that's better. So we can see overall, it's quite a beefy little structure, isn't it? And I just think it's really unique and very, very interesting. I do like Victorian mechanical things that are engineering marvels, and I love these old-fashioned northern pit head gears because they are up north. You go up north like to Yorkshire and Manchester, around there, you'd find loads of these. They're all gone now, but there's some about on the preservation scene. But yeah, it's quite a nice little model. It's quite hefty as well. What I've done, I've added some weathering touches by using some Humbrol rust weathering powder stuff. It's not the best of stuff on locos, but I think on this case, on buildings, it works a treat. I've just toned down it in a few little spots there. I've toned it down, as you can pick up maybe with the camera there, on those winding wheels there. I've added a little bit of rust, some on the metalwork on top there. Also, I've given the outer cladding on the lift shaft there some rust colour. And I've also added some rust on the roof of that corrugated. It's all corrugated iron, it's meant to be. And the roof of the little entrance there has been given quite a dubious coating of rust there. There's some meadow flowers there growing alongside of it. And there's also, obviously, as you'd find, some coal on the floor there, which actually is a mixture of real coal and clinker out of a steam loco, a real steam loco, courtesy of the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. I'll try and do this carefully with one hand so you can see what I've done. I've just come up with a simple idea of just cutting 2 holes basically and putting a little frame around each of the holes, like it looks functional, like the cables go into there and into a winding equipment, so it looks like it does something. I always like building things that look as though mechanically they work and it does something. Swing this round here so we can see from to the side. There we go. Hang on, let's bring that. That's better. So yeah, that doesn't look half bad, I don't think, anyway. I'll tell you what, let me just use this table lamp. Apologies, but I'll just use it as kind of a spotlight like that in the lighting shot, and then we can, please ignore the cable in the background there, but I just wanted to basically show you a little bit of it like that from that direction light wise. But I think on the whole that's quite nice, I think. Originally, of course, I was going to leave this area just all bare, really overgrown, loads of wild grass and no tree, but then I realised, well, we can't just have the winding gears just sitting there and the cables floating nowhere. We've got to have a little scene where they go somewhere, and that functions as that. But we've still got very wild grass there, which is exactly what I wanted. And when you blend all the different textures and colours together, it really looks quite realistic, I think. So quite pleased with that. And again, it's not exactly lightweight, but it's not overly heavy. So where's this going to go? Well, it's going to go on the end of my canal section, not where the long section strip is, but it's going to go up near where the watermill is on that end. I've built some plinths for it to sit on, so again it'll just basically lift on and then lift off once I've done with it, and then it will get stored. I'll have to find a box or something for this and put it away safely, but yeah, that's kind of it. So yeah, I do hope you've liked my little diorama that I've added today. I think that looks quite good. So it's meant to be sort of a coal mine that basically is just about functioning. It's in its last days of operation, as all the coal is being taken from another source now, and it's no longer required. But it's in its sort of last few months of operation, I guess, is what I wanted to depict. So yeah. Okay, folks, well, that is it. So I do hope you like my little diorama as mentioned, and I'm quite pleased with it. And like I said, the next time you'll see this, it will have the layout set up and things be running, and we can put that on there together. A little side note, if you remember from the last video, I mentioned that when we had the mini heat wave, half of my resin on my canal all went into a liquefied puddle of resin at one end, and I had to redo both sections of the canal. And I checked this morning, and the smaller section up by the watermill, it's done it again. It really is a pain in the backside. It's one of the things about having a layout stored up vertically. I barely put enough on there, but again, I'll have to trim it off and just tidy it up a little bit. I'm not going to pour any more on it. That is it now. because it's just getting such a pain to do that, to be honest. But there we go. So it's fixable. It's not that bad. It's fixable. But the main section with the ducks, the long section by the high street, that's okay. That doesn't notice. That's all right. But the other section, the small little bit, is a little bit of a mare at the moment, as they say. So I'm gonna have to get on that soon and just trim that off. It'll be like a less than 5-minute job, easy. But anyway, there's always something, as they say. Anyway, see you soon in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.